Good morning, friends. This is Katie J. from Hope on High. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for the feedback. I've had lots of comments and recommendations, and I truly appreciate that. One was that it was hard to hear me, and I got a mic, a cheap one. I shouldn't say it like that, but I didn't spend a lot of money. I don't want you to think that that's what this is about. But I did. My sister had recommended one. My daughter had recommended one to her. So I hope you can hear me better and I don't sound as muffled. But anyway, thank you again for that feedback. Playing words, feedback. But anyway, we'll get started. One of the last time I had talked about in my book and journal was about we talked about the manholes. They were like wells. We talked about the mountain, the marquee, and go tell it on the mountain, which is what we're supposed to be doing, right? To spread the good word, talk to people, inspire them to know, be the light, be the salt. Why are we different? Why would they want to be like us if we are grouchy and cruel and mean, and the world's getting weird. I mean, all of you can see it. You could just see people on the road just going to the grocery store or whatever, and they're honking, or I don't know. They're just odd behavior to me. But anyway, so back to the journal here. The next dream I had was on 12/20. I don't think I talked about this in the last video, but. And like I said, this stuff, as we know with visions and dreams or God direction on it, is twofold. And I'm still learning and researching and studying and figuring out exactly what He wants me to do with this information. I know that He wants me to share it. And if it touches somebody and helps somebody relate, then I'm doing what He wants me to do. So like I said, everything is from the Lord. Nothing in here is made up. It's everything that I can find the truth to write down. If I made mistakes in writing it down, I'm sorry, but it's as best that I could do. So with that, on 12/20/21, I had a dream about California. And I know a lot of us has had dreams about California, or just been talking about California, years and years. It's going to have a massive earthquake and fall into the ocean, and in the sin and the stuff that's all in, all over the world, I guess because of the things in the lives, the livelihood of the folks that live there. But it's not about that. I don't think it's that I'm prejudging or judging that. I'm just going to convey this dream. So what I saw was the southern part of California. There was some kind of massive desolation, some kind of, I don't know if it was earthquake or disruption. There was loud noise, chaos, and it broke off. That's what I remember, is that the best way of saying it, detached from the upper part of Northern California, or fell, whichever way you want to say it. It wasn't a clean cut. I just remember it left. And the face of the governor came up, the current governor. And that's what kind of surprised me, is that I know he's been in the news this past year a lot. With them trying to get rid of him and him getting back in. But anyway, so his face came up. So to me, it was maybe a current thing that's going to happen, something he's done, something maybe not anything to do with him at all. I don't know, but that was in the dream about California, some kind of calamity. So we'll see. And at 12/31/21, I had a dream about being on a tropical island, some kind of gathering, some kind of meeting of people. It was like a celebration, kind of like maybe a wedding or a conference. But there was lots of people there. I didn't know anybody. I don't remember in my dream that I didn't know anybody, but I didn't recognize anybody there. And I just remember telling this lady that was hosting the party at this, it was a beautiful home and beautiful grounds, and that I needed to catch my plane and I needed to get there, And so she had said, okay, and she would help me, and I grabbed my suitcase, and I was dragging my suitcase, and the back wheel, I guess it's the back one, it fell off. detached, and it was dragging the suitcase, without it. This is before, I guess, the one I had only had the two in the back. So if one, I don't want to use the wrong finger here, if one fell off, if one fell off, it would be very difficult to drag along, and you'd be, anyway, hard to move. But so the suitcase was hard to move, and I told her I'm going to miss my plane. And she hurried, and she was driving, and we just had these disruptions, these delays, these things that would prevent us from making it to the destination, to the airport. And I had to catch it, and she was, I don't think she had the urgency I had. I felt like she felt for me and was helping, but I don't think she was involved as far as being on the plane too. I think it was just me that I needed to get there. And so I remember hurrying into out of the car and running with my one-wheel suitcase and dragging it in. And I looked up and I saw the time, and I don't remember the time. This is part of I'm still learning to journal this stuff. But it was like I made it right at the exact time that I was supposed to be there, like on the minute. And I was relieved that I had made it and wasn't left behind, I felt like I was going to be left. So I know that it's common, I think, for people, excuse me, with rapture dreams or some kind of dreams that are sense of urgency, that they tend to be about catching a plane. It may be a bus, something that you're meeting and you don't want to miss it. And that's what came to me is the urgency of not missing the plane. And I had some feedback about not talking about the dreams so much, all of them, that to break them down as best I could. But like I said, with that one, with the catching the plane, and then about California, I don't know what the connection there is, if there is any. They can be separate. I didn't get any other clarifications from that, but I do know that I made it at the exact time that I needed to. That I think I have had a lot of, like I said, it was a warning to me, I think too, is that I was postponing things, that there was going to be obstacles in my way of doing these videos, which there have been. Like I can't complete it, or I'm just now I'm getting over some kind of sinus stuff that's going on and not feeling quite up to videoing it, and I think there's delays, of that, and not doing what the Lord wants me to do, and a warning of don't let these things stop you. Keep moving forward. Overcome these obstacles. That there will be obstacles that come your way, but I forgot to silence the clocks again. Sorry, y'all. I think I already told you that I have a thing for clocks, so I'm so sorry. I'm learning. But then again, like I said, this is not about me. It's about the Lord and getting the word out to as many people as possible. If any of you have had dreams like this, like catching a plane, or hear, about the urgency and obstacles, please share in the comments. I did learn, if I haven't already said this, that when you do a YouTube video, if you say for children, then you're not allowed to make comments. Even though a child could watch this, there's nothing here that they can't see. However, it's how they, through regulation, prevent children, I guess, bullying or, hearing words they shouldn't hear in comments. So anyway, I did take that off. Please share. Like I said, it's a short video today because I want to break up the dreams and visions, and then hopefully to search and to research, to try to understand, and kind of tie some of the things together through Scripture. But I have heard other people have that the meeting the plane dream. So if this, like I said, this has happened to you, please share. And also just a word of encouragement. I know the world is, like I said, it's a mess, but I don't want you to be dismayed. I don't want you to be down, because the Lord told us that these things are going to happen. That, like I said earlier, rumors of wars. There's going to be turbulent times. I think we as a country, if you're seeing this from other countries, the United States has been very blessed. We are one of two countries that have a covenant with the Lord. One is Israel and one is United States. And I think that's very important. A lot of our covenants have been broken with the Lord because we have disobeyed. The things that He told us not to do, we are doing. And there will be judgment. And I'll probably talk about that in my next video, because it talks about some vision, dream I had, a particular scripture that came about, and so we'll talk about that next time. But like I said, don't be down. This keep marching, be strong in the Lord. And matter of fact, for us believers, this is a wonderful time to be alive and be able, because He made us to be here at this time. You know how awesome is that? I'm gonna get choked up. But He made us to be here at this time to spread the good word. And what a wonderful time it is to be able to talk to people about the Lord. Can you imagine being back in the time of Jesus and the disciples and what they had to go through in the persecution, and the things that they had to give up to serve Him. And we have so many things here. We don't. In some countries right now, people are put in jail. There's things going on now in certain countries. If you're singing songs that they don't want you to sing, they're yanking you up and throwing you in jail. So we're so blessed here in the United States, and we should support Israel. That's part of our calling too. He'll bless us who bless those and curse those who curse them. And so we have always been a friend of Israel. So I encourage you to help them whenever possible. I don't advertise here, but I do support their mission, their Christian fellowship there for, Jews for Christians, or helping Jews become Christians. I also think that we should do whatever we can for the poor and those that don't have, the needy. We should serve. We should help. And like the Lord said, you do what you're supposed to do. And if you go somewhere and you talk to people and you help them and they don't want to hear it, it just says dust your feet off and move on, because there's so many souls left out there to save. There's so many people being misled by money and fame and fortune and your job and, your career, or how much you have in the bank and your health, and all that can be changed in a day. But the Lord is always with us. He will guide us and protect us. He will show us the way, the paths, make them straight. So anyway, I got my soapbox. But I love y'all. Please share. And I'd love to hear from you. And God bless you. Have a great day.